Hello viewers, before we get into this video, just a quick thank you to the support that I've been receiving on this channel recently. We've had a nice little spike in subscribers and some good views on some of my videos as well. And to those of you that leave comments, supportive comments, DM me on Twitter and follow me on Twitter, I do really appreciate it very much, honestly. It does mean a lot. I know I've had a couple of little breaks lately, just been very busy, that's all. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things on YouTube. I'm really enjoying it. This is just the start, don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. So yeah, do keep supporting the channel. It does go a long way, keeps me motivated as well, and keep on subscribing if you haven't done so already, and like this video as well if you do enjoy it. But yeah, we're gonna get into this video. I hope you enjoy it. Hello viewers, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new around here. Today we're gonna be watching the new BDS team, obviously with the addition of Rise replacing Extra. Extra is still a part of BDS, but is taking more of a coaching role, player coaching role, or a sub coaching role, I guess you can call it. I'm not too sure. I assume he's still on the subs bench. Well, he definitely is still a sub. But yeah, obviously with the addition of Rise, they've been looking pretty good, especially in the most recent regional that was played. They looked pretty good. And spoilers, in case you haven't caught up, but they did finish third, top 3 overall. And I think that's really impressive considering they're a new team. They're still getting used to their new teammate. And obviously, of course, you got 2 French players in Monkey Moon and Seiko, and then an Englishman with Rise. Now, Rise, as far as I know, can speak a bit of French. I don't know if he's fluent or not, but it's enough to communicate in Rocket League world. There's not really many different words you need to use. So I think they'll be fine there. I mean, they look pretty good. And today we're going to be showing 2 games against Karmine Corp, who they did actually manage to take down. They knocked Karmine Corp out of this regional, the best team in the world. They knocked them out, and they looked good doing it as well. It wasn't... well, to be fair, they had already played KC earlier on in the regional. And although the series score was 4-1 on paper, that doesn't look like a close match, but every matchup that was played, or every game that was played in that series was very close. I think there was only 1 goal between them each time and a couple of OTs here and there. So BDS knew they had what it takes to take them down, and this time around, the second time they played them, they performed, they did enough and took them down. This is going to be 2 replays that I thought were 2 good games from BDS. We're going to stay on board with Monkey Moon in this game because he did have a very good game. A good series overall from all 3 players, but Monkey Moon did have a good game here. And then in the second replay we'll hop on board with Rise because I think he had a pretty good game in that particular replay that I'm going to show as well. But again, all players, including Seiko. Seiko was immense as well. Looked back to his usual self, which is great to see. We'll probably make a future video out of that just for Seiko, because he did look like he was back to his normal self when it comes to shooting and scoring. I mean, obviously that's what he does best. He just absolute all offense, and he's very good at it. A double there from Seiko as we're talking about him. Does get saved though, so does Rise's follow-up shot, and Monkey Moon now just sort of lurking around waiting for a chance to attack or make a challenge, something that he's very good at doing. Monkey Moon's so patient when he's off the ball and picking his chances very quick, or very smartly I should say, but he's so quick as well. Like, I know I say this every time Monkey Moon's in a video of mine, but he's just so fast. They do concede there. He did get demoed. I'm not sure what happened to Rise and Seiko. They probably just got bumped as well off of the ball. KC trying to make this a game and get a bit more aggressive. But as we know, BDS do take them down. Seiko now getting a kickoff goal to make it 3-1. And they just pounce back straight away. And this is what they were so good at doing. They did not let KC get on top too much in any of the games they played. Even the games that KC won, I felt like BDS always did put up a good fight. They didn't get absolutely slaughtered in any of their games. So that's promising stuff from BDS, honestly. They look better as a team already. They just look much more happier, much more relaxed, I would say. And there's a lot of trust there as well with Monkey Moon and Rise and Seiko and Rise. Obviously Rise being the new player, so sometimes it can take a while to trust a new player, but there's already that trust. You can just see it in the way they play. And I was really impressed. And honestly, I love BDS. I've always loved BDS. All the rosters they've had, you know, when they had Mark by 8, and then of course Seiko joining. All the rosters they've had I've really liked, and this one definitely now, because as an Englishman, obviously I like to see the English players do well. So seeing Rise on BDS is pretty cool to see, for me at least anyway. But 3-1 in this game. BDS, again, like I said, never really let KC into these games that I'm showing. They just look really comfortable offensively and defensively as well. And they're looking to attack a bit more here and get some more goals for themselves. Monkey Moon again just picking his chance perfectly there and taking the ball away. Seiko does decide to take over possession. He may have been able to leave it for Monkey Moon. Monkey Moon may have not been able to catch up with the ball, I'm not too sure. But a good challenge from Rise there, trying to push the ball down into the opposition net off the ceiling. Not going to do so this time. Vatira now attacking, but Monkey Moon with a solid save. And I was really impressed with him in this game. It doesn't look like he's done anything crazy special, but he just picks his chances so well, and that's a nice little dish from Rise. I do remember watching that one. He almost got the pinch into the bottom left corner, not quite. And the ball did roll up the backboard, but Rise stuck on it. I think Monkey Moon would have probably had it, maybe. I'm not too sure. I didn't really pay any attention, but I was too busy looking at Rise. But yeah, good dish nonetheless to make it 4-1. At this point, they pretty much know they got this game secured. They just need to not concede anything stupid. Seiko off the ceiling there and getting a good 50. And now Monkey Moon not rushing his play, taking his time, keeping it in their corner. Doesn't need to go directly at their goal straight away, because you don't want to give the ball away to them and give them a silly goal late in the stages of the game. You know, it's good to just keep the ball in the opposition net. That is going to be a goal though for Karmine Corp, but still a 2-goal cushion for BDS. And I'm talking like we don't know what the score is going to be at the end. Like obviously we know BDS win, but it's good to do a little bit of casting as well, at least from my point of view, because that's something that I want to get into properly, like seriously. 20 seconds remaining, and BDS looking just to waste a bit of time here. Monkey Moon, the king of what time wasting. Honestly, he's one of those players I think wastes time so well. He's good at disguising what his play is going to be, and that's a good touch from Rise around the final defender, and a good finish from Monkey Moon to make it 5-2. And I believe that is his second goal. I was actually going to say hat-trick. I thought he got a hat-trick in this game. There might be another goal actually. 2 goals each from Monkey Moon and Rise. Now Seiko trying to get his second goal of the game, and he is going to get it as well to make it 6-2. That was the final goal of the game. So all players getting 2 goals each, all chipping in, all doing some work, you know, all getting saves, assists. Well, okay, Seiko didn't get any saves and assists, but believe me, he was doing so throughout the series. And yeah, just a good first replay from BDS. A good game there, 6-2. We're going to hop into another replay now on board with Rise. Okay, game 2, replay number 2 for this video, and the final replay on board with Rise. And we're going to see how well he links up with his new teammates here. I thought he was linking up so well all weekend with Seiko and Monkey Moon, honestly. Definitely on the same page already, which is great to see, because as I've said, and as we all know, it's still a very new team. Rise only just joining recently. This is his first regional with this team. And they just look like a team that have been a team for a while already, in my opinion. I just hope they can keep that up, along with other teams as well. Moist, for example. You know, 2 English players on that team. If there's English players on the team, I like to see them do well. Basically, I don't really have a team that I out and out support in this game, but I want to see EU do well over NA, obviously, or over any region, because you know I'm EU, so I'm going to be biased. But yeah, I don't really have any teams that I support either. It's just I like to see the English boys do well in this game. They are 1-0 down in this game, our BDS though, so not getting to a as good of a start as last game against Karmine Corp. This is the match immediately after the last game, and so it looks like we had a reset in the match here. There must have been a technical difficulty. I do remember this happening. There was. So the game has reset here. Still 1-0, of course. They were just restarted from the minute that the game was paused, which is 4 minutes and 6 seconds. And that's what they do in RCS now. A clever feature. They can pause the game and then start it again from a kickoff. I wish everybody had access to that in private matches. I know some casters do, or some YouTubers do. I know Johnny Boy does. I think Fear does as well. Something I'd like to get my hands on one day if they allow it, to try and host some show matches. I would like to host some show matches with pros soon. That would be cool. The only thing is, I don't want to do the same old like 1v1. I love ones, and I do want to get into that, but I also want to add some like fun game modes. You know, Johnny Boy does some fun game modes sometimes with pros, like the 1v4s or the 1v1s, like 8 players in the lobby. I'd like to do more of that, more of that for the pro community. I feel like they would probably want a bit more of that as well, just to keep a bit more of a relaxed environment, so it's not always serious stuff, you know. But we'll see. That's what I'd like to get into. Let me know if you'd want to see that. I would like as much feedback as possible as well from the viewers. You always do give me some kind comments. It's good to see, and it helps me understand what you're enjoying as well. Still only 1-0 in this game at the moment. We're almost halfway through as well, so a bit more of a quieter game from BDS, but they do make a good comeback in this game, so keep watching. Rise in particular I thought had a good game in this particular replay. And up here quickly for this ball off the backboard. Recovers well. The landing was a little bit awkward, to be fair. I think the ball knocked his car off off route a little bit the way you wanted to go, but you got a good recovery either way. And has done well here, actually carried the ball out really far past the halfway line. He's actually on the attack now, does get bumped off the ball by the defending player on Karmine Corp. Probably exotic, I'd imagine, in his Fennec. He's very good at doing that. And Monkey Moon skies a shot off the bar, actually ends up being a good pass to Rise. Oh, I can't quite sneak it in, but it is going to be an own goal from Itachi. I don't remember that happening. I don't know, I did watch this game, maybe my mind's gone blank, but yeah, Itachi banging in an own goal on his near post. Couldn't really do much about it, to be fair. I think he might have got bumped into it actually by his own teammate, I'm not too sure. Rise now looking for a pass over to Seiko, and this is what the BDS was doing really well, their long passes across the field. Rise, Seiko and Monkey Moon all sort of mixing up and doing that together, and they were all getting on the end of it as well. Their communications are obviously very good despite maybe a little language barrier, but obviously there isn't much of a barrier at all, even though of course Rise not a Frenchman. And Monkey Moon and Seiko, oh, that's a nice shot from Rise. It's like watching Ahmad-esque shot from Rise. Really, really nice shot there. I do remember seeing that one. That was an absolute clanger. And not stopping that one, our KC 2-1 up our BDS now with a good little comeback in this game. Karmine Corp, you know, I've seen a lot of people saying that our KC just didn't have a good tournament or didn't have a good regional, but you got to give it to the teams that have taken them to games that have beat them, you know, especially BDS here in the lower bracket. You know, everything's on the line. If you lose this, you're out. And to come up against the best team in the world and honestly beat them pretty comfortably. I'm not trying to disrespect KC, but BDS didn't really look like they were breaking too much of a sweat in this game. You got to give them credit. I've seen a lot of people just sort of dismissing that and just saying, oh, KC just had a bad weekend. But you got to give the teams credit for beating them. You know, they got to turn up on the day and beat them, and they did. 50 seconds remaining, and BDS again just looking comfortable defensively. They're not making any silly challenges at all, and that's a great shot from Rise. It's actually a really good save from KC though. I'm not sure who it was on the goal line. Rise probably thought that one was sniped into the top left, but it does get kept out. But yeah, you got to give it to BDS. There's no rash challenges, even here from Rise's POV. There's no silly challenges, and that's a great pass and a great knock on from Seiko. He just got about enough on that ball to get enough acceleration on it to take it past the defender before they can get back in time, and they're 3-1 up in this game. Again, it's just those counter-attack passes out of their own half that they're finding them some really good opportunities, and they are capitalizing more often than not in these games, and they've got this one pretty much done and dusted. It is going to be a goal for KC late on in the game here to make it 3-2, but BDS, only 10 seconds remaining. They just got to hold out 10 more seconds and they will take this game and knock KC out. I don't think this was the final game in the series against Karmine Corp, but these are the two games that I wanted to show today because it just shows how little BDS really broke a sweat. I mean, I'm sure they are, don't get me wrong, I'm not disrespecting Karmine Corp. It's just I feel like BDS just look very good already as a team, quite effortlessly knocking the ball around to each other, and the communications are obviously good as well. So yeah, this BDS team, the new BDS team with the addition of Rise, look really good. They look really, really good. I was a little bit worried that there might be some sort of communication barrier, but there isn't, and they just look really solid. They surprised me this weekend, honestly. I thought they were going to be good. I didn't expect them to go as far as they did, I'll be honest. They exceeded my expectation, which is good to see. I'm glad to see that. If you enjoyed this video and you haven't liked it already, then do please do that. It would really be appreciated. It does help the channel grow, the likes and the subscribes. You know, it helps my videos get pumped out there a bit more for people to see. So do keep doing that. I do really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed and you do want to, then go ahead. I'd really appreciate that as well. Or maybe watch some more videos before you decide. Either way, I appreciate you watching. Thank you as always, and I'll speak to you all very soon.